Say good morning to Terence. First of all, great to see you here, champion.
Thanks for having me.
What's it like sitting there hearing a promoter of the stature of Bob Arum alongside you saying such great words about you?
Oh, it's great to just let you know how much confidence he have in my abilities.
And he's saying that you rank in the same breath as Sugar Ray Leonard. You must have seen a lot of Sugar Ray Leonard on film. How does it feel being put in that sort of company?
And it's like a blessing. You know, I worked very hard to get to where I am right now, and to be mentioned in those same categories with those great champions, it just tells where my career is heading.
And now with the potential of having a fight against Amir, either at Madison Square Garden or the MGM, two of the great venues of world boxing. You know, when you walk out there for that level of fight, what's it going to feel like for that?
No other than any other fight. It's going to be a ring. Two fighters going to get in the center of it, and we're going to do what we got to do to get the job done. And I'm very confident in 420 I'm be victorious.
Tell us your thoughts about Amir as a fighter. You know, you're undefeated now in 34 fights, is that right? And Amir undefeated as a welterweight. Tell us how highly you rate him, or perhaps you don't rate him. Tell us what you think about Amir as a fighter.
Oh, he's a great fighter. I always said Amir was a great fighter, and it was a tough fight for us if we ever met up. Being that when I was at 135, he was at 140. Then when I moved up, he moved up, so we never had that opportunity to see each other until now. And we're gonna see whose style is gonna be telling come fight day.
So you kind of always thought this fight might happen somewhere down the line?
Correct.
What is it that you see in the way in which he fights? What do you think's his big attributes that you've got to cope with?
Well, everybody knows Amir Khan is fast. He's a fast puncher. He's a great boxer. But I just think my smartness and my timing and my way to adjust was going to lead me to victory.
And you're going to be presumably thinking that when it comes to punching, that you're going to take his, he's not going to take yours.
We shall see.
Do you look at him and say, this is a fighter who is still super dangerous? Or is this a guy who you've taken because maybe you feel his best days are behind him?
Not at all, not at all. I never look over any opponent, ever. And yes, Amir Khan is still dangerous. He's still fast. He still got the experience. He been in welterweight division longer than me. He didn't fought some of the biggest names out there to fight. So of course, you know, he's going to be dangerous because he knows what he's doing in the ring. But we're not taking no shortcuts in this fight.
I know you've got clearly got a lot of respect for Amir. If you were to tell everybody out here who maybe has not seen you, what are your biggest attributes as a boxer? What makes you special? Tell us what makes you what you are.
I just think my way to be able to adjust in the blink of an eye. I done fought so many styles in my life, and I've been able to adjust to each and every one of them and to overcome each and every fighter that I ever fought. There's never been a fighter that I couldn't figure out. So that's just how I look at it.
And when you were a kid coming through, who were the fighters you would look up to and say, that's how I want to be?
Well, I never looked up to any fighter and said, that's how I want to be. I always had fighters that I admire their skills and talents, like Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones Jr., Sugar Ray Leonard, Pernell Whitaker, those type of fighters.
And your trainer, Brian McIntyre, working alongside you. Before we hear from Brian, just tell us how it is working with him.
Oh, it's great. I've been knowing Bo been knowing me before I was even born, and he knows me in and out. So it's like something that I can't explain working with him, being that he's the only coach, him and a previous coach that passed, that I ever worked with.